welcome to today's practice. So before we start, the usual recommendation that if anything doesn't feel right, don't do it. Take any modifications that you feel that you need. So let's start at the standing. You can be at the top of the mat, and I'll be here so you can see. So we're going to start with an easy Tadasana. So the feet are about hip-width distance apart, and we start quite soft. So we unlock the knees, and which means that they're not completely bent. They're just soft. The legs are not extended. We soften the hips, the shoulders, neck, wrists, everything. We just spend a few breaths here, just reconnecting, finding a regular, normal breath, observing it without changing it or trying to control it. And then we're going to start with some joint breathing, which is typical of Anukalana, is the type of breathing that we apply throughout the practice. So as we inhale into the chest and we extend all the joints, everything, without stretching, just extending. And then as we exhale, we empty the belly and soften everything. And then inhale into the chest, we lengthen. Exhale, we soften. Inhale. Exhale. So always breathe through the nose, and the breath is barely audible. So if someone is next to you, they shouldn't be hearing your breathing. So it's the breath that guides the movement. When you inhale, you extend everything, you lift the toes, extend the legs, the back. As you exhale, you soften everything. As we inhale, we open the chest. As we exhale, we relax. Just a couple of more like this, feeling the body lengthening. And I don't know what time of the day you're doing this, so if it's in the morning, maybe it's a little bit of a waking up. If it's in the evening, it's more a way of reconnecting with the body after maybe we've been sitting all day. And then we bring the arms into the movement. So starting soft, we take the hands to the shoulders. Inhale, we lengthen up. And again, it's a lengthening rather than an effort stretch. It's really just lengthening up. And then we relax the shoulders. Exhale, we relax down. And again, the hands come to the shoulders. Inhale, we lengthen. We relax the shoulders. Exhale, we relax down. So at the end of the exhale, we also relax the belly. And then inhale, we lengthen. Relax the shoulders. Exhale. And again, and the other, maybe a little bit of that wave coming up, lengthening the spine. Relax the shoulders. Exhale. Keep going at your own pace. Again, it's always the breath that leads the movement. Inhale, we lengthen, relax the shoulders. Exhale. Again. Exhale. And then at the end of the next exhale, when we come down, we want to turn to the right, soften the knees. Inhale, we lengthen on the right side. We turn to the left. Exhale, we let go down on the left side. Come back to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften on the other side. Transition back to the right side for the inhale. And then turn to the left side for the exhale. And again, it's your breath that leads that movement. On the exhale is when you relax down, and the inhale is when you pick it up, when you lengthen. Again, it's more like a wave that is going sideways, up and down. So it's very gentle, soft movement. And then the next time you're down on the left side, we reverse it. So inhale, you come up on the left side, you turn on the right side, come down on the right side. To the left, to inhale up, turn to the right, to exhale down. Make sure you're softening the knees when you're down. And you lengthen everything as you go up. Soft. Again, and we turn to the other side. Just feel the whole body participating in the movement. And at the end, next time you're up, come down in the center and bring the hands in prayer pose, the front of the chest, and close your eyes. Just listen to the body, let those few movements sink in. And exhale, soften. So we're going to resume this. We're going to do a few Uttanasana forward bends, and then we're going to go into the sun salutation. So again, inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, we soften all the way down. Soften the knees a lot. Hands in front of your feet, about a foot in front. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward. The gaze stays down, stays between your hands. Legs are extended, the hips are going up. And exhale, bend the knees a lot. Relax and then push, roll back up. Inhale, lengthen. And then again, we soften, come down. Lengthen forward. Exhale, soften, roll back up. And then exhale down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we soften, we roll up. Exhale down. Inhale, lengthen here. This time as you soften, we place the hands by the feet, and step the left foot way back, and arrive with the hips back, the left knee's bent, the right knee's behind the right ankle, and then with an inhale we lengthen forward into your low lunge. So extending the left leg straight, the left heel is pushing back, the crown of the head is going forward. We're very long. Exhale, soften back again. Inhale, lengthen once more. And as you soften back, plant the hands, and then move the right foot back, meet the left. We arrive with the knees and elbows soft, and then the elbows actually coming towards the midline. And then with the inhale, start pushing the hips back, coming up into downward facing dog. Lengthening to the dog. And then as you soften the elbows, the knees drop to the floor, untuck the toes, the chest comes all the way down, hands by your shoulders, and then tuck the tail, lift the belly, and with an inhale we roll up into cobra. You can be in low cobra as well, with the elbows bent. And then exhale, start rolling the head down first, bend the elbows, tuck the toes, lift the knees, inhale back, downward facing dog. And then as we soften, this time it's the left foot that comes to the front, and the hips go back. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we go back, and then we step the right foot to the front. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, soften the knees and then roll up. Inhale, exhale. And then we go again, leading with the other leg. So inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we soften. Inhale, we lengthen here. Soften, step the right foot back. Right with the hips back, and then inhale, lengthen forward. So again, the right heel is firmly pushing back. The left knee is perpendicular to left ankle. Exhale, soften back. Inhale, lengthen again. And then as you soften, plant the hands, step the left foot all the way to the back. Inhale, lengthen here. And then soften the elbows, drop the knees to the floor. We come down. And then tuck the tail, lift the belly. With an inhale, we roll the spine up. The head is the last to come up, cobra. You can be down in low cobra. Exhale, soften down. Tuck the toes, come up into all four. Inhale, downward facing dog. And then as you soften, step the right foot to the front. The hips are back. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen. And then as you soften, you step the left foot to the front. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, soften, and then just roll up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. And bring the hands to the front of the chest in prayer pose and close your eyes for a second. Just let the practice sink in so the body is absorbing. So again, always use the breath in the movement and always be very fluid in the transitions, and particularly because a lot of today's practice is going to be about lengthening and opening, which has been a recurring theme. We'll do some core stuff as well, but it's been a recurring theme in the last few practices. And so what I want you to focus is when you inhale and lengthen, you're lengthening the entire body at the same time. So try not to arrive with the part of the body that is already extended before the other. Try to extend the entire body at the same time, because the body is a whole. That's the concept that we try to apply in the Anukalana practice as well. So open the eyes, release your arms down. We're going to continue with the sun salutation, doing it a little bit more intense and dynamic and opening up the body a little bit more. So with an inhale, extend up, lengthen, and then exhale, bend the knees a lot. We're coming down into chair pose with the arms forward. The hips are dropping down. And let's spend a few breaths here. Waking up the legs. Just use the breath to stay. And then exhale, fall down, hands in front of the feet. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, soften, and then step or hop back into that. So step back into downward facing or hop back into F dog, and if you want to do the chaturanga thing, you can do that. And then we come down and we roll up into upward facing or cobra. And then exhale, soften, either knees to the floor or flip over the toes. Inhale back, downward facing dog. And then as you soften, set the right foot between the hands. And then press firmly, so have the feet parallel on a railroad track, and then pressing on the right foot, we come up. And first come up centered, so both knees are soft. My right knee is still behind the right ankle, hands to the shoulders. Inhale, come forward into crescent lunge or simplified warrior one. Spend a few breaths here, so the exhale we soften, inhale we lengthen. Use your own breath to guide the movement, but also your own perception of the tensions that you may be building up. So if you need to exhale to soften anything, you do that. You focus on lengthening up rather than curving back. And then exhale, we soften, the hands come down, and the right foot goes all the way back and up, three-legged dog. And then you come forward and down for a Vinyasa, upward facing. And then find your way back into downward facing. Make sure when you find your way back, you always transition through the preparation for downward facing. So elbows and knees soft. And then inhale, downward facing dog. And then exhale, soften. This time is the left foot, it comes to the front. And then roll up. Be centered first. Find the balance, the space, hands to the shoulders. Inhale forward into crescent lunge or this variation of warrior one. Exhale, soften. Inhale. So you're trying to drop quite deeply to bending the front knee, so you're opening all this side of the body, the hip flexors, the psoas. And again, the focus is on lengthening up. The right leg is straight, very straight as you can get it. And use the breath. And then exhale out. Hands come down, step the left foot back and up. And then exhale, soften, come down, roll up, upward facing. Chest forward, make sure shoulders are over the wrists. And then exhale, soften back. Inhale, downward facing dog. Lengthen, push the hips back and up towards the ceiling behind you. And then with the next exhale, we soften and we step or jump to the front. Find the ankles. Inhale, Uttanasana, lengthen the head down. And then soften everything, roll up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands in prayer pose, close your eyes for a moment. And then again, open your eyes, release the arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften, chair pose, arms forward. Exhale, down. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, soften, and then step or jump back into downward facing or half dog. And then as you soften, we come down for upward facing and up. Exhale, back. Inhale, downward facing dog. And then step the right foot between the hands. And open the left foot to face the long side. Come up again, you're centered. Both knees are soft, hands to the shoulders. You want to open into warrior two. Exhale. Inhale into warrior two. So make sure the shoulders stay perpendicular over the hips. You're not leaning forward. The right knee is perpendicular to the right ankle. The back leg is straight. The other edge of the left foot touching the floor, and you're opening and squaring the hips as much as possible to the long line of the mat. And if you've been taking my classes live, you know about the adjustment with the front knee and the front foot to help that opening of the hips. And exhale, soften. The chest faces down the floor, hands down, pivot on the left toes, right leg all the way back and up. And then roll down, inhale, upward facing. Exhale, back. Inhale, downward facing dog. And then as you soften, this time as the left foot steps between the hands. Drop down the right foot. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. We come up again, center first. Always take your time to come into the asanas. Don't rush it. And then inhale, open into warrior two. Same alignment, principles. You're on the other side, and you may feel on this side. So again, focus on opening the chest and the hips. Exhale, you soften, inhale. Always use the breath to find the space. And then exhale, we soften out, drop down, and then the left foot goes all the way back and up, three-legged dog. And then we slide down and forward, upward facing. And then exhale back, inhale dog. Couple of breaths here. Lengthening the spine, pushing the floor away with your hands. And then bend the knees, look forward, step or jump to the front. Find the ankles. Inhale, lengthen down. So you let go of the head, the shoulders towards the floor. You're lengthening the spine. Legs are as straight as you can get them, and the hips, the buttocks are going towards the ceiling, so you're pushing them up towards the ceiling. And exhale, soften the knees, roll up, inhale, exhale. Prayer pose for a second. And also use those breaks, those pauses to catch up the breath. So we're not doing aerobics, and we're doing yoga. And the breath is quite important to accompany the movement. So the calmer the breath, the more it's going to help us in the flow. So if the breath becomes agitated, everything is agitated. The practice becomes agitated, the mind becomes agitated. So normal breath, relaxed practice, relaxed mind. That can be your mantra. And then inhale, extend, exhale again, chair pose. Exhale, relax down. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, soften, step or jump back to the dog. And then soften down for the upward facing, or any variation that works for you. So if you need to be down in cobra, go cobra, do that. And then exhale, inhale, downward facing. And then again, we're going to step the right foot between the hands, open the left leg, and then stay low with the right hand outside of the right foot, or maybe on the ankle, or whatever works for you. We're going to open into Trikonasana. So take the hand in front of your face, the left hand. Inhale, open, extend the legs, and lengthen and twist. So we're lengthening the legs, inner thighs are coming together. The chest is rotating towards the long side of the mat, and at the same time the chest, the trunk, is going towards the front. So it's that lengthening. And the hand can be anywhere it's comfortable for you. If you need a block, you can place it on a block. And the left hand is up. Then use the exhale to soften. Inhale to lengthen again. A couple of times. And then exhale, we soften down. Hands down to the floor, pivot on the left toes, take the right foot all the way back and up. And then go through the Vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale, we soften. Inhale back. And then we go on the other side. So the left foot steps between the hands. Right foot points out. And then we start soft. Inhale, we twist open. Rotate rather than twist into Trikonasana. So the gaze, if you don't have any cervical issues, you can turn the gaze up towards the right hand. Otherwise, just keep it straight in front of you and focus on opening and lengthening the chest. That's really what matters. And again, the left hand can be where you want it, and use the breath. I didn't say this on the other side, but always exhale, inhale to lengthen. So you're softening and lengthening. And then exhale, soften all the way. Plant the hands, left foot back and up. And then exhale, soft down, inhale, roll up. Exhale back, inhale, downward facing dog. And then we're going to stay low here. And we're going to step again the right foot between the hands. And then drop down the left foot again. And then we're going to just place the right forearm on the right thigh. Inhale, we're going to lengthen here. For Parsvakonasana, extend the side angle. So be very long on this side, the left side. If you need, if you can drop the right hand down, you can do that. But I would rather focus on the lengthening here than dropping the hand down. So wherever works for you. And there is no weight on this arm, so you're just resting it there. You're not pressing down. And use the breath again. Lengthen and open. And then exhale out. Find the hand, pivot on the left toes, right leg back and up. And then through your Vinyasa. Exhale back. Inhale, downward facing dog. And as we soften, this time as the left back foot comes between the hands. Drop down the right. And then again, left forearm on the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen here. Keep lengthening. Use the breath to soften and lengthen. And remember, if you want, you can drop the left hand down. And then exhale, we soften. And we go through our Vinyasa. Left leg up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Back into downward facing dog. Spend a couple of breaths here in the dog. And then exhale, come down your knees. Sit back on the heels or whatever is comfortable for you. If you need to place a pillow, just close your eyes. Inhale, open the chest. And just breathe here. Feel the breath, filling the upper body into the chest, but at the same time, as the breath is coming up, the diaphragm is pushing down. Sorry, as the chest comes up during the breath. So you can actually feel the breath expanding down as well. Maybe You can direct it towards the sacrum, the lower part of the spine. So just continue with that nice sensation of the breath, letting the body absorb the movement. And then just open your eyes and move the hands forward. And we're going to do a sequence. Sort of mentioned this, we're going to be on the knees for a little bit, so if you need any padding under the knees, go ahead, maybe put the Guido pose or whatever, and find something. It could be a blanket, a sweater, or something you can place under the knees. So, we come into all four, and then we tuck the toes, and then bend the elbows, lift the knees, inhale, downward facing dog. And just lengthen into the dog for a couple of breaths. And then as you soften, you step the right foot between the hands and we drop the left knee down. That's where we need some support perhaps. And then we take the hips back as we come up. And then inhale, lengthen forward and up into crescent lunge with the left knee down. So again, the focus is on lengthening, opening the front of the body. And that opening actually starts all the way down from the left knee. And it's coming up, and I'm creating a little bit of like an arch here. So I go forward with the right foot as much as I can or need to open up the side of the body, and eventually on the upper body also the right side will open. But I'm not focused on bending the back. The focus is opening the front. So if I feel any compression in the lower back, I come out, because that's not where my focus is. And use the breath. Exhale, soften out. Inhale, open. And then exhale, we soften, come back. So we're going to do something we've done a couple of times recently. So we're going to find the left heel with the left hand. I may need to tuck my toes to make it more reachable, or maybe I find my calf or my hip or back the hamstring, the left hamstring, wherever I am. Right hand in front of my shoulder, and then inhale, I lengthen and open in half camel, half Ustrasana. We spend a few breaths here. So the chest is open towards the ceiling. And use the breath. And then exhale, we soften, come out. As I come out, I bring the hands together in front of my chest in prayer pose. I'm going to go forward and take the left elbow outside of the right knee. Now try to move the left shoulder as far to the right as possible. And then inhale, I'm going to twist here. Exhale, soften. Inhale, twist. So I'm focusing on twisting the upper body. I'm not touching the lower body at all. I mean, it might obviously get a little bit involved in terms of the superficial tissues and muscles down here, but I'm not touching the spine here. The torsion is all on the upper body. And just use the breath. And then exhale, we come out. And we're going to flow between those two 2 or 3 times. So we go back with the exhale. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we come out. With an inhale, we twist and lengthen. Exhale back. And follow your own breath and your own pace. Again, so the exhale is when you come out, you're softening. Inhale is when you're lengthening. And then one more. Go as slow as you need to. Twist, try to take the left shoulder as far past as the left knee. And then on the next exhale, at the end of this one, blend the hand, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, slide the right leg all the way back and up. And then come down, do a Vinyasa here. Inhale up, exhale back, inhale dog. And then as you soften, we go the other side. So we step the left foot between the hands. We drop the right knee down, untuck the toes. And then we come up with the hips back. So my left knee is behind the left ankle, hands to the shoulders. Inhale, I lengthen and open, come forward. Spend a few breaths here. And again, don't just, in Anukalana, even when we hold an asana, we always have those micro movements to help the body continue to adjust and open. And the breath is leading those movements. The focus again is on lengthening and opening the front of the body. And then exhale out. I'm going to take the right hand to find the right ankle, heel rather. And again, I can tuck. That's easier. I can have a block there, or you can find the support anywhere else on the back of the right leg where it works. So I can be up here. So wherever it is, and then left hand in front of the face, inhale, open this side. Spend a few breaths here. Lengthen the entire front of the body. And then exhale, we come out. Prayer pose, the hands in front of you. And then this time is the right elbow is going to go outside of the right knee. Inhale, we twist this side. So again, the twist is coming from the upper body. We're trying to take the right shoulder as past the left knee as possible. We're squeezing the organs as well in the twist. Just use the breath. Exhale softly. Inhale, twist. And I'm going to again flow between these two on this side. So exhale out. Find whatever support on the right leg. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale out. Twist to the right, to the left, sorry. Inhale. Exhale. This is a long exhale until you're ready to open, and then you inhale. And then when you're ready to exhale, you release out. One Long exhale, twist, inhale. Again, and just go your own pace. Again, and then one more. Inhale, and then release the hands, they come down to the floor, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, we step the left foot all the way back and up, and then we go through Vinyasa, exhale back, inhale downward facing dog, and then as we soften, we come down on our knees. You can keep the belly there, if that helps you. And again, inhale into the chest, close your eyes, and let the practice sink in. And use again the breath to direct the opening where you need it. And then we open our eyes, and we're gonna come again into roll 4. You can remove, if you have under the knees, that is, we're not gonna need it. And then tuck the toes, lift the knees, bend the elbows, inhale downward facing dog. And then as we soften, we take the right foot and we step at this time outside of the right hand. So it comes to the outside, the right knee is in contact with the right shoulder, and we arrive with the hips slightly back, so the left knee is bent, the right knee is behind the right ankle. And then inhale, we lengthen here into this variation of lizard lunge. The gaze stays down, and then again, exhale, we soften back. Inhale, we lengthen. So when you're softening back on the exhale, the spine is curving, the gaze goes back towards your left foot, and as you inhale, you're rolling the spine long, extending the left leg, and again. You're dropping open the left. The pelvis is all dropping down, opening as well. So there is both action in your back and at the front, because when we're opening down, the hips, the pelvis dropping down, but they're still supported by the legs. So we're engaging, lengthening all these fascias and muscles here between the leg, the abdomen, the spine. Couple more breaths here. And then exhale, we take the right foot back to meet the left, but go slow. So you're going to be supported by your hands and just the left foot for a while, for a few seconds. And then inhale, downward facing dog. And then soften, we go the other side, left foot outside of the left hand. Left shoulder in contact with the left knee, and the hips are back. And then again, this side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Lengthen. And soften back. So focusing both on lengthening the back and the front. of the body. And it's the breath that is guiding that movement. And the next time you exhale back, have the hand support you, the left foot comes back, inhale dog. So we're going to flow between those two. So as you soften, the right foot goes to the outside, inhale, lengthen and open. Soften, the right foot comes back, slow, inhale, lengthen in the dog. Exhale, soften, left foot outside of the left hand. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften back. Inhale, dog. And then again on the right side. Inhale, open, long, and soften back. Soften left foot outside of the left hand. Inhale. Exhale. And again on the other side. And just feel the body every time opening maybe a little bit more. But also work on or keep the awareness on lengthening the entire body at the same time. Left foot. And back. And then this time, as we take the right foot outside of the right hand, the hips go back. Now we turn the right foot out. Right hand to the shoulder. And then inhale. Same thing, lengthening, but this time I'm twisting to the right side. Opening the chest. Exhale, soften back. Inhale, twist, open. So try not to drop the right arm back, keep it up. I mean, that's a different type of asana. Nothing wrong with that. Just spend a few breaths here. And then exhale, we soften. Right hand down, step the right foot back. Inhale, dog. And then the left foot outside of the left hand. Turn the left foot out. Left hand outside of your face or shoulder. Inhale. Lengthen here. Again. Just open. So you're still dropping the hips down. And twisting. We've done some twisting earlier, so we're lengthening and twisting today. Very deep practice, like most of the stuff that we try to do. And then exhale, we soften. Take the left foot back. Inhale, dog. And then we're going to do Vinyasa here. So soften, come down, untuck the toes. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, back. Inhale, dog. And then again, come down on your knees. Sit back and listen to the body, to the breath. And allow the breath to catch up. Again, to come back to that normal, easy breath that is equal length in the inhale and the exhale. Which is the breath that it's always there and is the one that it follows us through the practice, but it also facilitates the practice. It makes the practice possible, that breath. The other practice is just physical stuff. It's nothing. What matters is the breath, because that's what determines your pace of the practice and how much you internalize that practice. And it's the breath that has got that calming, relaxing effect. So we're now going to do a little bit of work on the upper body, just lengthening and strengthening some more. So we're going to do a dance between side planks, very smooth, very gentle. So we're going to come up into all four from here. Tuck the toes, bend the elbows, lift the knees, inhale, downward facing dog. And then from here we're coming forward into plank. So to come into plank, we soften and come forward. So bending the elbows and the knees. At the moment I'm centered, so I'm not over my wrist just yet. And then with an inhale, I lengthen forward into plank. And then I'm going to start putting my weight on my right side. And my right foot is going to go in front of my left. So I'm going to go like this. And I arrive soft, and then inhale, I open into side plank. Exhale, I soften, inhale, exhale, inhale, and I'm lengthening, I'm engaging obviously the obliques on this side of the body, the back as well. But I'm also lengthening the chest towards the front. And then from here, to transition to the other side, I'm going to soften. I'm going to pivot on the toes, on the ball of the right foot. I'm going to free up the left. And I'm going to take the left foot in front of the right, crossing legs. And then inhale, side plank on the other side. Soften and lengthen. More breaths here. And then same thing, I'm going to flow between those two sides. Pivot on the ball of the left foot, take the right hand to the floor, free up the right foot, crosses in front of the left. Inhale. Exhale, I soften. Ball of the right foot. Cross the leg over the left, inhale, soften, ball of the left foot, cross over the right, inhale, exhale, soften, ball of the right foot, inhale on the left side. A couple of more times, your own pace, either side. More. And then at the end of the next time, with this one here, we soften plank the right hand and we go back into downward facing dog with an inhale. And then we soften everything and we come down to the floor. All the way down, belly down. And we're going to come up into cobra, so have the hands by your shoulders or maybe a little bit ahead. The elbows are in, make sure the elbows are not out. Bring them in. And then with an inhale, we roll up into cobra. The head is the last thing to come up. And the chest comes forward, gaze is somewhere in front of you, towards the floor, so you're not arching the neck. And the shoulders are relaxed down, so you're not hunching them up. And again, the focus is on opening the front. And if you need to come down in low cobra, or further down, just do that. Chest opening. And then exhale, we come down. And then from here, we come back into all four. Walk the knees a little bit to the front, and then cross your feet at the back. Sit back, all the way back. and extend the legs forward. So come seated about halfway your mat, and then take the hands way back, the fingers pointing to the front. And then we're going to lift up the hips off the floor, and then with an inhale I'm going to reverse the plank. So the feet are pointing forward, hips are lifted, and maybe you let go of the head, maybe not. And then exhale, soften. We come down, and from here we're going to go into Nalasana. And then with an inhale, Nalasana with the legs extended. Extend the back, lower back, gazes towards your toes. And then exhale down, and soften down. And then from here, we'll do some Janukalana. So take the left foot in and extend the right leg. So we compensate a lot of this opening of the front now by going forward a little bit. But again, with the idea of lengthening rather than closing down. So start with the right knee soft. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale as you soften the knees, and then inhale, lengthen over the right leg. And again, the focus is excuse me, on lengthening forward towards the right foot rather than closing down. If you're looking for a closing down, it's maybe between the waist and the upper thigh. And use the breath. Inhale, you lengthen forward. Exhale, you relax. Just use the lengthening, the breath to help you. And if you feel that you're pulling anything, just come out. Relax it out. Let go, and then come back into it. And then exhale, we soften out. And we're going to place the left hand behind the hip, then the right leg. Drop the right foot down. We're going to turn over open towards the long side, and then we're going to compensate by extending on the side here. And then exhale, we come back down, and as we come back down, we change the legs. So the right foot comes in, the left leg goes out, but always with the knee soft to begin with. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen over the left leg. Use the breath to relax and lengthen on the inhale. And then exhale, we soften out to place the right hand by the hip, bend the left knee, inhale, lift, and lengthen on this side. And then exhale, we come out, and come cross-legged. Your legs crossed in front of you, with the knees as down, close to the floor as possible, without forcing it. Just let it go wherever they are. And then we take the hands behind. And then with an inhale, we're going to lift the hips off the floor, push the chest up, so we're standing on the knees. And then maybe we drop the head back, maybe not, it doesn't matter. Find that opening at the front, the spinal opening before Shavasana. And then exhale, we come back down. Sit back, uncross the legs. And then just lay down with your back and hug the knees to the chest. Massage the lower back a little bit side to side, front to back. And then find child's pose. And if you need to take any other asanas, just go ahead, otherwise you can start making your way into Shavasana, lengthening the legs out, releasing the arms down by your side, palms facing up. Closing your eyes. Just feeling the effect of the practice on the body. And then just letting go into a deep Shavasana. And then start deepening your breath. Wiggle the toes, the finger. And then we bend our knees, bend the feet. Notice which nostril is more open. We roll the body to that side. And we allow that nostril, the other nostril to open. And then use the hands to help you come up seated. Eyes are still closed. We bring the hands together at the center of the chest. Bow our head. And we find the breath. Thank you all. Namaste. Thank you. And as usual, any comments, any feedback, feel free to reach out. Thank you.